getting ready to board my flight, going back to the trail. I just made it to the airport in Allentown. I am meeting up with, not today, Andrew, my trail angel for today, and he's gonna take me to trail. Alright, we'll catch up with you on the trail. There's another deer in here. Just ran across my path. You can see him. And also, can you hear that thunder? Awesome. I don't know if you can see him over there, but some deer. They were right in front of me, and of course, it took me a minute to get my camera out. One over there, one over there. Awesome. They're gone. Just came out of the green tunnel for a minute. Obviously about to go back in. And I just wanted to show you my view out here. And also, can you hear the thunder? All this wet rock is really difficult to stay upright. But yeah, we'll see. All right, see you out there. See you on the trail. Ooh, I'm still out here slack packing. I'm gonna meet up with, not today, at the next, I think it's maybe 0.2 miles, so I can get some more water, and then I'm gonna grab my pack, and then I'm gonna carry on to the next shelter tonight, and that's where I'm gonna stay. It's only about 2 more miles. Hopefully there will not be any of this. So I have about a little less than a mile to go. I'm doing pretty good time, even though it's a little bit damp in here. And there's these big rocks which are really slick, so I've fallen a few times, but not anything bad, just fallen to the knees or to the hand. But yeah, basically I'm making 3 miles an hour, so it's still decent enough terrain, so I feel good about it. So anyway, but I just wanted to show you some of these rocks that we're going over, and yeah. All right, see you on the trail. This is a much better path than anything we've seen lately, so it's great. And again, I've been off trail basically 2 weeks, and I needed this time to, or this path, to kind of make sure that my feet are still gonna hold up and be okay. And we'll see what's happening. All right, see you on the trail. So I forgot to mention, it is midday, and it's about 90 degrees out, but it is also really humid today. So I'm just, like I said, I'm slack packing. My trail angel, not today, is slack packing me, and it feels really good to be back on trail without a pack, just in this weather. But I know tomorrow I'll have my pack, and it's gonna be just another day on trail, and hopefully a couple of days, and I'll be back at it normally, and no issues, no nothing anymore. So we'll see. All right. For those of you who don't know, I had to get off trail because the day before we got to the big Cabela's store, before we got into Port Clinton, I had some really bad toe and upper foot pain, and I really couldn't figure out what was going on, but I figured if I just slept it off, it'd be fine. I rolled my feet out, put on my special socks. I really stretched my legs, but I was having some issues with my toes that I had never had before, and I don't know, it didn't feel like broken toes, to be honest, but it did feel really painful. The next morning I woke up and we had 10 miles to go to get to Port Clinton. There was really no option but to walk it, but my toes were definitely not feeling any better in the morning. So basically, by the time we got into Port Clinton, I was limping pretty good. You can see it in the video if you watched. And then just sitting there and kind of getting off my feet when we went and had dinner and everything, I really just didn't know how I was going to make the next 10 miles to the two shelters beyond where I was going to push that night. I tried to find a hotel room. I couldn't find a hotel room, unfortunately. Everything was booked out. And there were supposed to be two hotels, but actually in reality there was just the Microtel. The Port Clinton hotel was actually not available for people to stay in at that time. And there were supposed to be two shuttle drivers, but one that could drive me to the next town just to get to a hotel was out of town until Monday, so this was Friday. And then the other one refused to leave out of the local area, which is, his right. So I didn't know what I was going to do because I really couldn't walk anywhere. And so I went into the Walmart trying to see if I could run into any other hikers, because I was hoping maybe I could find somebody that had two beds in their room and I could just offer to pay for half of it. I was really happy to just do something like that even before we got there, but I hadn't been lucky with that. I ran into a couple of hikers who were staying at a campground in the area, but they had to hike to it, and it was a couple miles away. And there was another issue, and I can't remember what it was right now. So I basically just figured that eventually I would be able to find something, or get a hold of a Lyft driver at some point. I mean, yes, it was a Friday evening, but by this point it was early evening, like 4 or 5. But I really couldn't find anybody or anything. I kept asking at customer service, at the Walmart, at any of the shops in the local area, just to see if anybody knew of anything. And eventually I was just about to the point of tears and going absolutely mad with fear that I was not going to be able to take care of myself that night. And I ran into a trail angel, and her name was Dana. Dana and her family actually took me in, and they took me to the urgent care the next day. They took me in for 2 nights, and they then brought me up to the next town on Sunday, where I got a hotel, and I sat there for a while, just basically trying to relax my foot. The urgent care had told me that I had a fractured toe, and then called me on the Sunday and said I had actually 2 fractured toes, which is not really that big of a deal. I mean, if you think about it, toes, you can break them all the time, and really you just wait and then they heal and you're fine. So I figured that's what I'd do. I'm gonna have to continue in a minute because there's a really great lookout point, but it looks like it's all open and it's all rocky, so I want to watch out for rattlesnakes. So continuation in a moment. So the terrain is pretty good right now. It was really rocky at first, after that steep climb, and then there was really rocky, but now the path has kind of gotten a little bit better, so I'm gonna be able to increase my speed a little bit, but I did want to get a couple pictures before I go on. Hang on. So at the Culver Gap Fire Tower, everything's off limits right now because it is fire season. So we're just gonna walk around it, continue to walk around it, and then get back on trail. So trail goes down here. It's a nice view over here though. I did forget to film that. So let's get this. Beautiful. Awesome. It's awesome to be back out here. All right, let's do this. See you on trail. So I'm back on trail. I got dropped off basically by a little bit past the parking area where I was dropped off, or where I got picked up before. This is basically 2 weeks off trail now, and I am going straight up for a half mile, but it's all going to be fine. Plus I just ate and it's freaking hot, so there's going to be a little bit of a relearning curve here, but it's all good. I am slack packing because my trail angel, who picked me up from the airport and took me to get lunch, I bought us lunch, and now he is going and getting me a fuel canister, which I obviously couldn't fly with. And then he's gonna meet me down the road. He's just gonna kind of keep meeting up with me because it is late in the afternoon. We just wanna make sure that I'm actually gonna be able to make it to the shelter, and also that my foot is doing all right. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna keep climbing. See you on trail. So I'm standing here with my trail angel for today. You guys know him as Not Today.
What up, what up, what up, what up?
And listen, you have been amazing. Thank you so much for everything you've done today.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Do you have any advice for me? Or I know you always ask people that, but do you have any advice for me? Or
I'm not a thru-hiker. You know, I stopped in the middle, but the only advice I am willing to give out is just the cliche, hike your own hike. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, for
well,
sure.
good luck to you in everything that you plan to do, and whatever that is, I know you're going to be great at it.
All right, God bless.
God bless.
All right.
Thank you.